Najavljivali smo nekako juče, glavna vest jeste bila dodela Oscara 94. put u Los Angelesu. Ko je ukrao show, to sada već svi znamo, Will Smith. Međutim, ono što i dalje možda ne znamo, ali nekako se čini da ipak to nije bilo namešteno prema svemu što čitamo i čujemo tokom ovog jutra. I o ovoj temi razgovaram sa američkim glumcem Adamom Davenportom. Dobro jutro, good morning, welcome. Dobro jutro. I nekako da krenemo upravo od ovog skandala, možemo tako da ga nazovemo, ali ono što se svima činilo na početku jeste da je to iscenirano. Znajući Amerikance, dodelu Oscara, da li su to uradili zbog gledanosti ili nisu. Međutim, danas već sasvim drugačiji utisak. Adame, kakav je tvoj utisak?
At first, everybody thought that the situation with Will Smith was staged. You know, those things happen in America. But when we woke up today, we realized that probably this wasn't the truth. So could you tell us your opinion about this?
No, it definitely was not staged.
Da, definitivno nije bilo iscenirano. Sada Akademija istražuje napad Willa Smitha da bi videlo da... Sorry. Ok, izvini. Adam. Oni sada, znači Akademija sada razmatra da li će pokrenuti disciplinski postupak. Definitivno nije namešteno i to će se sada vidjeti u narednom periodu šta će se desiti.
Ali ono zbog čega i dalje ljudi sumnjaju da bi moglo biti namešteno jeste moment gde mi nigde ni na jednom snimku zapravo ne vidimo taj udarac.
Yeah, well, people think that it was staged because when looking at videos, we don't see the hit, the moment when he slapped him itself.
In Australian TV, you can see the whole thing uncensored. Also, the audio wasn't bleeped either. I know someone who was there, and during the commercial break, Denzel Washington had to calm down Will and get him to stop crying.
Znači, Denzel Washington je morao da smiri Will Smitha tokom pauze i iako se to nije videlo na snimcima koje smo videli, na australijskoj televiziji je bilo prilično jasno, zato što oni nisu utišali ton u tom trenutku.
Sad, da, videli smo, znamo da je Denzel Washington smirivao Willa Smitha. Da ponovimo u stvari zašto se to dogodilo. Dakle, Chris Rock, on je se našalio, jel tako, neslanom šalom na račun Willove supruge, koja, kako saznajemo, boluje od autoimune bolesti, jel tako, i zato je Will Smith odreagovao na...
As we know, Will Smith reacted because Chris made this joke which was not really appropriate. He was joking with autoimmune disease of Will Smith's wife. So what can you tell us about that?
I think they're both at fault. I think it's an example on with both their behavior of toxic masculinity. So let's look at, first let's look at Will. Violence, assaulting another person, a colleague especially, is never an answer. Also, Jada can speak for herself. She could represent her own interests. She rolled her eyes. Will initially chose to laugh at the joke himself when he saw his wife was offended. Then he crossed the line himself. So...
Da, nasilje nije rešenje, ali ona je, čini mi se, i prevrnula očima da prevedete samo.
Kaže, ovo je u pitanju bio sukob dve toksične mačo energije. Will je na početku se nasmejao na šalu, kao što kaže Adam, i onda je primetio da njegova žena prevrće očima i u tom trenutku je on rešio da odreaguje.
Da. Dobro, Adame, jasno je i ti si osudio ovo što se dogodilo. Mnogo je čak i za Amerikance da bude iscenirano, ali svakako su dobili na popularizaciji ovogodišnjeg Oscara, s obzirom to da znamo da je gledanost prethodnih godina padala. Hoćeš da prevedeš?
Hoću. Yeah, also as many other Americans, you judged this event and you said that it was really a bad thing to happen. But this was at some point good for the Academy because it brought many other viewers because in previous years people stopped watching the ceremony.
Da. Sad, Nismo se nadali ovom nasilju, pogotovo što smo svedoci rata u Ukrajini i o ovome je bilo reči. Čak je Sean Penn rekao istopit će svoje 2 statue Oskara ukoliko se Zelenski ne uključi. Akademija jeste posvetila izvesno vreme. Misliš li da je malo vremena posvećeno tokom dodele Oskara ovoj situaciji u Ukrajini?
Okay. Sean Penn said that he would melt his 2 Oscars if the Academy didn't pay attention to Zelensky. And do you think that Ukraine was mentioned enough during this ceremony? And
That's it.
And that's
Sure.
it.
Well, they did reach out to Zelensky, and he turned down the offer to participate via Zoom. So they did the Academy did reach out to him, and he declined to participate. I think a lot of individuals on the red carpet were very acknowledging Ukraine. Mila Kunis herself is of Ukrainian descent, so I think people still had that in the front of their mind. That we are in a really unfortunate situation right now.
Okay, you think
Ljudi
that's
su
enough?
imali
We can always do more.
Ljudi su imali na umu da smo u ratnoj situaciji. Akademija jeste ponudila Zelenskom da se uključi preko Zooma, što je on odbio, ali postoje mnoge zvezde kao na primjer Mila Kunis koja je poreklom iz Ukrajine koja pruža podršku.
I konačno da se osvrnemo na dobitnike ovogodišnjeg Oskara, s obzirom na to da je Will Smith zaista ukrao show. Dakle, film Koda, čiji je naslov akronim za dete gluvih roditelja, da to kažemo ukoliko gledaoci ne znaju, je dobitnik ovogodišnjeg Oskara, a za najboljeg glumca dobitnik je Will Smith za sjajno ostvarenje Kralj Richard, ali evo vidjet ćemo šta će se do kraja desiti, da li će biti nekih sankcija. Takođe, Jessica Chastain osvojila je Oskara za najbolju žensku ulogu u filmu Oči Tammy Faye. Kako se, Adame, tebi dopadaju ovogodišnji dobitnici?
How do you like winners this year? We were talking that the best movie award went to the movie COAD, that the best that the lead female role was awarded to Jessica Chastain, then Will Smith won this award for the lead role, but we are going to see what is going to happen with his awards since everything happened as it happened. So what do you think about the winners this year?
I think it was great that Coda won Best Picture. That's giving a voice to people who don't always have a voice, who are marginalized, who are invisible. Their stories aren't put at the forefront. When your movie wins Best Picture, that means it's going to attract a much wider audience internationally. So now a lot of people still haven't seen Coda. Now people will be able to see that family's story.
Mislim da je sjajno što je ovakav film dobio nagradu. To je jako bitno da bismo se upoznali sa situacijom u kojoj se nalaze ti ljudi i na ovaj način kada film tako društveno angažovan dobije nagradu, postoji šansa da se privuče velika publika koja će taj film pogledati i koja će čuti priču ovih ljudi.
Jessica Chastain's been one of my favorite actresses for a long time, so I think that was also a recognition of her whole body of work, I think.
Jessica Chastain je moja glumica, jedna od omiljenih glumica već duže vremena, cenim njen rad i mislim da je ovo nagrada za celokupan rad koji on imao do sada.
Da li si tipovao možda na neke filmove koji nisu nagrađeni?
Did you think that some other movies that didn't get the award would get the award?
Well, I was surprised by Belfast winning for screenplay. I thought it was going to go to Paul Thomas Anderson for the Licorice Pizza.
Iznenađen je zašto je Belfast dobio za scenario. Mislio da će Paul Thomas Anderson dobiti tu nagradu.
Adame, hoću da te pitam, s obzirom na to da si ti imao prilike da doživiš celu ovu ceremoniju uživo jedne godine, kako to sve izbliza izgleda?
I would like to ask you, since you were there once, one year you attended Oscars, how does it look like when you're there?
Wow, it's this chaos. The red carpet, just getting past the red carpet into the auditorium. It's a very long evening. I think the highlight I remember is after my mentor Melissa won, The second time she was nominated, we went to Madonna's party, and everyone was drunk and dancing, Puff Daddy, and I met Nicole Kidman, but you're like, it's overcrowded, so you're like literally on top of Nicole Kidman.
Ok, dakle, ono što je bilo zanimljivo je da sama ceremonija je nešto što traje jako dugo i samo da dođeš do svojih sedišta to je jedan proces težak, ali ono što on više pamti, on je podržavao svoju mentorku koja je tada osvojila Oskar i oni su posle toga otišli na zabavu kod Madone na žurku i tamo je video Puff Daddy-a, video je Nicole Kidman i kaže te žurke su ogromna gužva i bukvalno kao kada se igrati si tik uz Nicole Kidman.
I ono što je nakon nekoliko godina bez domaćina takođe bila novost, imali smo 3 voditeljke i šta je još novo na ovoj ceremoniji dodele Oskara? Nova kategorija, jel tako, je najavljena, kratak film sa društvenih mreža.
Okay. Adam, there were some changes during this ceremony. There were 3 presenters this time instead of 1 host, and also there was a new category, short internet movie. What can you tell us about this?
I never watched any of the nominees in that category because it's so new. But I think that that's good because film is evolving, so we have to make adjustments to how new content continues to be exhibited. The host problem has to deal with people aren't watching the Oscars, so they're trying to find ways to keep it relevant and interesting.
Nikada nisam gledao filmove, nijedan film iz ove nove kategorije, ali to je jako bitno zato što to znači da sama industrija počinje da se razvija, da evolucija, da prati trendove, da, i to je veoma zanimljivo. A stvar sa hostovima je zanimljiva da drži pažnju ljudima, da bi se što više obratili pažnju na ceremoniju, pošto menjati obrazac je u suštini nešto što privlači pažnju.
I sad verujem da si se čuo sa svojim prijateljima nakon dodele Oskara. Kako su oni videli celu ovu situaciju o kojoj smo pričali sa Willom Smithom na početku razgovora?
I believe you spoke with your friends after the ceremonies. What do they think about this situation with Will Smith?
Otkri nam sada neke detalje koje nismo imali prilike mi da čujemo ni u medijima.
Can you tell us some details that we didn't have the opportunity to hear in our media?
Well, I think people are divided on it, and I think it depends on their own background, how they respond to it. I think some people from older generations think that it was justified because they feel that he was defending his wife's honor. Other people just see it clearly for what it is, that it's an attack of violence and that it's completely uncalled for. I think other people are more mixed on whether the joke from Chris Rock was stupid or not.
Pa mišljenja su podeljena. Kad sam pričao sa prijateljima, mislim da je to i generacijska priča, da starije generacije staju u odbranu Will Smitha koji je krenuo da zaštiti svoju suprugu, dok mlađe generacije vide to jasno kako zapravo jeste, kao napad na osobu. A što se tiče druga tema je da li je šala bila neslana ili
The one thing no one has really talked about, though, is Will Smith's own celebrity privilege. So if he were just a regular guy who did that, who walked on the stage and did the same thing, he would have been arrested and escorted out of the venue. But he was allowed to stay because he's Will Smith and he's maintained a squeaky clean image for his career.
Da, da bilo koja osoba druga koja nije slavna ličnost kao Will Smith da je došla na scenu i da je uradila ovo, bila bi uhapšena. On koristi svoju poziciju.
Jasno, sve je jasno i vidjet ćemo šta će se desiti.
Da, we'll see what happen.
Nadamo se da će Oskar ipak ostati u rukama Willa Smitha, jer Oskar je ipak dobio za ostvarenje u filmu Kralj Richard.
If he has to turn in his Oscar, I'll take it.
Kaže, ako oduzmo Oskar, Adam će uzeti.
Thank you very much.
Hvala ti.
For being here.